Hi guys, my name's Katie with After It Training. We're going to be running you through a exercise today, all incorporating the foam roll. So unlike our last foam roll exercise that was mainly based on recovery, today's workout is going to be working on a lot of form with some more difficult movements. So some single leg stuff, some hinge movements. We're really going to focus on our form. Everything we're doing, we're using the foam roll. So you don't need any weights with it. You just need a mat and a foam roll. So before we get started, let's just go through a little bit of a warm-up. We'll start with just some hip swings first. You can use that foam roll if you want to help with balance. If you want to challenge your balance, you can just do your hip swings without holding onto the foam roll and also getting the arms swinging as well. Good. And then that leg, go ahead and bring it up to 90 degrees. And you're just going to shake it side to side, pendulums, letting the foot hang nice and heavy. And then lastly, we're going to go through hurdles. So bringing the knee up to 90, all the way out to the side and dropping it down, back and forth. Just opening up through that whole hip joint here. Try to go through the entire range of motion. Good. And then go ahead and switch sides here. Hip swings on the opposite leg. Getting the arms swinging as well. Good. Bringing that knee up to 90. Shake it out. Pendulums. And then drop it down and take it through your hurdles. Perfect. All right, let's get the arms moving a little bit. So some big arm circles starting backwards. And then reverse directions, going forward. Good. This time both arms reach way up overhead, little circles one way, reaching the fingertips up but keeping the shoulders down away from the ears, and then switching directions. And then big wide open arms, give yourself a hug, alternating that top arm, opening up the chest and the upper back. Nice job here. Feet a little bit wider than your hips. Drop down for a hamstring stretch. Let your head hang nice and heavy. And then you're going to sit low into a squat stretch. Keeping the chest up. Try to maintain the weight back in your heels. If you're coming up onto your toes, then just come a little bit higher out of the stretch. We're opening in through the hips. Good. And then hips go high. Drop the head back down for that hamstring stretch. And last time here, sink low, squat stretch. Good. Go ahead and roll forward. We're coming into a downward facing dog position. So we're here in our down dog. You're just going to alternate here and then flowing through to an up dog position. You can turn your head side to side in your up dog if you'd like, and then flow back through to our down dog. Take that through about 3 times. Good. Last up dog here, and then last down dog. And from here, step your right foot outside of your right hand for a lunge. You're just going to bring your elbow towards your ankle and then rotate up about 3 times on this side. Good. And then switch legs. Left foot, left hand, left elbow, left ankle. Rotate open. Nice job, guys. Now that we're a little bit warmed up, let's go ahead and get started with our workout. So our first round of the workout, we're going to be working through 3 different exercises. You'll be on for 25 seconds and then resting for 12, and we'll go through 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, we'll have a little bit of a finisher. So our first movement, we're going to do unilateral movement here. So it's called a Romanian deadlift, and we're doing it single leg. So you're going to be balancing on one leg, and the foam roll is going to be touching the top foot so you can stabilize through that hand. As you're balancing on that right leg, finding a slight bend in the knee, you'll hinge forward as you kick that left foot back, keeping the chest up, back nice and straight, core strong, and then drive all the way back up to the top. You'll feel most of the activation in the glute. 25 seconds on that side, and then you'll switch legs. 25 seconds on the other side. After that, we've got the foam roll up overhead. Our hands are going to be holding onto the outside of the foam roll, so our thumbs are facing backwards. Keeping the elbows locked out, shoulders down away from the ears. Feet are about hip width distance apart, a little wider, and then you're going to sit low into a squat, trying to keep the foam roll above your head so you can't see it. and then back up top, 25 seconds there. At the end of 3 rounds, we'll go through 30 jumping jacks. So let's go ahead and get started here with our single leg Romanian deadlift. We'll be going in 10 seconds.
Three, two, one, go.
Good. So you're really focusing on your form here, that slight bend in the left knee, and then driving the hips back up, keeping the back nice and straight throughout the whole movement. If you want, you can put your hand on your hip for a little bit more stability. And you're just looking about 6 inches out in front of you. This is slow and controlled movement, focusing on form and activating that hamstring.
3, 2, 1,
Good.
rest.
Go ahead and switch legs here. You've got plenty of time. Get your stability, catch your breath. Same thing on the opposite leg.
3, 2, 1, go.
Begin to hinge forward. Noticing one leg might feel a little bit different. You might have more stability on one leg than the other. That's totally okay. And if you lose your balance, catch it, and then we get right back into it.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Foam roll is going to go up overhead. You have this option here, or you can also put the foam roll right behind your back and hold on that way. I prefer to put it right up over my head.
3, 2, 1, go.
Squat nice and low, keeping the chest up, and then drive up, squeeze your glutes at the top. This is not only focusing on glutes, it's also helping with that overhead mobility, which is great for your shoulders as well.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Good. 1 round down. We've got 2 more rounds to go. So starting back at the top with those Romanian deadlifts.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good. Kick that right foot back. Now that you've got the movement down, really focus on form here and slow down the movement. The more control you have, the harder it's actually going to be, and the more activation you're going to get in those hamstring and glute muscles.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Good. Go ahead and switch legs. You'll be getting about 4 to 5 reps on each side.
3, 2, 1, go.
Making sure you're breathing here, not holding your breath. Keeping that core nice and strong, especially as you start to fatigue. Protecting your low back.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Good. Back into our overhead squat.
Three, 2, 1, go.
Sit nice and low. Chest is up. Biggest thing to focus on here, not only that chest stays up, but you don't let your knees cave in as you squat down. Really pressing those knees out so they're over the toes. And then driving the hips up at the top, engaging your glutes.
3, 2, 1, done.
Nice job, guys. So we've got 1 more round there. Just give you a little bit of a rest here. And we'll go in another 10 seconds. Last round.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good. Hinging forward. Driving that foot back. Nice job, guys. This last round here, really focusing on your form, pushing yourself here. Make it the best round yet. You guys got this. 1 more rep.
1, rest.
Nice job. Switch it out. And noticing that this workout feels a little bit differently. We don't have
2, 1, go.
that heart rate super elevated. We're just focusing on improving our movement quality here. That helps us prevent injury as well.
3,
One last rep. Drive it up.
rest.
Good. And then into our overhead squats. Last one.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good. Focus on that last little bit of form here. Last exercise in this round before our finisher. Sit nice and low, pressing those knees out. You got this, guys. We're almost there. Couple more squats. Get them in.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Nice job, you guys. Okay, go ahead and rest, and then we're going to go straight into our finisher here. So we're doing jumping jacks, but we're using the foam roll with us. So as our legs go out, arms go up overhead. We've got 30. Keep up with me. That's 10. And 20. 10 more, guys. Come on. And 30. Good job, you guys. Take about 60 seconds to rest. Grab some water, catch your breath. Okay guys, welcome back. We've got our second round of exercises here. I hope you're rested up. These next 3 exercises are going to focus on your core and through your glutes and hamstrings and through the abdominal muscles. So this will all be down on your mat. So go ahead and lay down on your back. The first exercise we have here is a hamstring curl on the foam roll. So you're going to lay all the way down on your back. Heels will be resting on the roll. And then you're going to bridge your legs up, bridge your glutes up off the ground, and then you're going to just roll the foam roll in and then drive it back out, and then you're going to come all the way down to the mat. So you're doing a bridge and then adding that hamstring curl in and then driving back down. That's our first one, 25 seconds. Our second movement here, you have an option of being down on your knees. Forearms are going to go on the mat. You want your thumbs facing up so your palms are facing each other, keeping your core nice and strong. You'll start with your hands on the roll. You're just going to roll out until you feel those abs engage and then roll right back in, hips over the knees. So driving all the way out, abs engage, pull that core in, and then all the way back to center. And then the last movement here, we're going to do a isolated plank with our feet on the foam roll. So foam roll is right here on the mat. You're going to put the tops of your feet on the roll, and then your hands are going to come out. You can either be in a high plank position or down on forearms. I prefer forearms just to rest my wrists here, and then you're just driving up, keeping your core nice and strong, shoulders strong and right over your elbows, and we're going to hold that for 25 seconds. 3 rounds through those 3 exercises, and then we'll finish with 30 of our foam roll jumping jacks. So let's go ahead and we'll get started in about 10 seconds. Starting on our back, feet on the roll.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good, bridge up and then pull that roll in. Drive it all the way out and then hips come down. Good, again, this is not a high intensity movement. We're focusing on our form here and we're really isolating those glutes and hamstrings. Nice job, you guys. Keep working here.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Good. Flipping over onto your knees. Hands are going right on the foam roll.
3, 2,
Good. Roll all the way out until you feel the abs engage and then drive back up. Biggest thing you want to focus here is as you roll out, you're not letting your hips sink down. You're keeping everything engaged and then pulling back in. If your hips sink down, it's too much strain on your low back. So make sure your core is strong. One more rep here, nice and slow.
3, 2, 1.
Good job, guys. And then our tops of our feet are on the roll. We're heading into that forearm plank or that high plank up on your hands.
3, 2, 1.
Good. So option A here, up on the hands, or you can come down onto forearms, staying nice and strong. Holding for the full 25 seconds, making sure we're not holding our breath. Nice job, you guys. Keep that core pulled in. We're almost there.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Good work. Back to the top. We have 2 more rounds. Now you guys know what you're doing for form. Let's focus on getting some reps in. Strong and healthy back.
2, 1. Go.
Lift up, roll it in, roll it out, draw it down. Nice job, you guys. Up, in, out, and down. Good. Making sure you're squeezing those glutes at the top, protecting your low back. You're going to start to feel your hamstrings get real sore here in a minute.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Good. Back to our rollouts.
Three, 2, 1. Go.
Good job, guys. Palms facing each other. Don't forget that. Let the hips drop, but keep them neutral, and then drive back up. I like to go just right into my elbow joint. That's usually when I start to feel my core pull in, and then I come all the way back up. One more time, one more rep. Drive it out.
2, 1.
Drive it in. Good job, guys. And forearm plank.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Hold strong here, guys. I know you're starting to get tired, making sure you're not letting your hips sink down. Drive them up into that neutral position, pressing those elbows down into the mat. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears here. Hold strong and keep breathing.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
Nice job, guys. One more round back to the top.
Three, 2, 1. Go.
There we go. Do your best here. Drive it up. You guys got this. Good. Focusing on strengthening those glutes prevents injury. If you have to, walk that roll back out again. That's okay.
Three,
Good job, you guys.
1. Rest.
Switch it up. All of these movements are here to protect our low back.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Keeping us healthy in those more high intensity movements. It's very important to slow things down and work on your control as well sometimes. Nice job. Pull that core in. Don't let the low back arch. Keep everything neutral.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Good job. All right. Last plank here, and then we go into our jumping jack finisher. Here we go, guys.
3, 2, 1. Go.
Hold strong here. Don't let those hips drop. Don't let anything drop. You guys don't have much longer to go. You can do this. We're almost there. You can do anything for a few more seconds.
3, 2, 1. Done.
Good job, you guys. We're done here. Now let's finish strong with our 30 jumping jacks. Grab that roll. Here we go. Jump out overhead. That's 10. And 20, 10 more. 30, good job, you guys. That's all I got for you for today's workout, incorporating that foam roll, just focusing on form. This is gonna help prevent injury for other exercises. Nice job today, guys.